This is the Real Eyes Recognize podcast.
Now your hosts, Dustin Gutkowski and UFC fighter Kevin Holland.
For her swim meet, I met this guy. He runs this company called BT Shrooms, and he partnered with Bill Walton. And I'm a huge Bill Walton fan. And they made these chocolate bars, and they got all this stuff. And I've been talking with them right now because he grows and everything in Oregon. I'm gonna try to do a sponsor, like a partnership with him. He's gonna send me a whole care package when we get back in town.
That's what I want to.
So I'll have some goodies.
Like yeah.
I'll have some goodies when you're back in Vegas in a couple weeks.
That's what we need.
Shit, I'm fucking back out there. I go to Knott's Berry Farm Monday, and then
I love that.
Fucking
I love it. Knott's Berry Farms is fucking amazing.
yeah, right. It's gonna be fun.
Their boysenberry is fucking great.
It was that or Disney, and I was like, well, my kids are too old to be going to Disney.
No, the roller coasters, Knott's Berry Farms are better than Disney.
I was like, let's do Knott's. So it was like, and then I was like, if we go to Florida, we won't see Grandma. I was like, if we go to Cali, we'll see Grandma.
Yeah.
I was like, so let's go to Knott's. We'll see Grandma. We'll hop on some roller coasters.
These are the best rides.
And then we get the phone call on our way to Houston. We're about to go turn up. Fucking parents is fighting now.
Yeah. Next
So-
weekend.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, it's gonna fuck up my Knott's plans. I'm like, nah. He goes out on Tuesday. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on Tuesday. I'm gonna get rid of the Charger. I'm gonna buy a
Yeah.
BMW.
Toro.
No, I'm not gonna Toro this one.
Toro, the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the BMW. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna give it to Mama.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit, we did tour one time in Hawaii. I don't think I'll ever like the car bumper was. I bought duct tape to fucking put the bumper back
no.
on. It was somebody's. What was it, like a Scion or something like
Yeah,
that?
we ain't doing all
Hyundai. No, it was a Hyundai Veloster.
See,
Like 140,000 miles
No.
on it. I
Yeah.
just duct
No.
taped the fucking bumper on
Yeah,
it.
we're not doing that. We're doing luxury.
Toro exclusive.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
VIP.
Blue check verified.
Well, it was the only time I ever did it because it was our first time in Hawaii, and it was for our 30th birthday a few years ago, and we couldn't rent a car. And my brother's
Yeah,
like, "You have to use Toro." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is Toro?"
Yeah.
So I go on Toro. It's the
Wow.
only thing available because nothing else. Because it's like you can't get cars at that time. It was the height of COVID. There's
Oh,
barely
yeah,
any
so
cars
nothing
out there. So this car was falling apart, and I literally had to fucking put duct tape on the bumper, go to the convenience store
That's
to
funny.
return it.
Please tell me that's on the episode somewhere.
It's like
You guys,
you
you guys
gotta do a
rolling?
Schmo. You gotta
Oh,
do a
fuck.
Schmo episode of that. That's
Oh,
fucking
no,
It's the
great.
first time we ever talked about
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
so good.
the fucking so I Toro a couple times.
Yeah.
Toro the Corvette, loved it. I Toro the Cadillac Escalade, didn't like it. The back didn't open up all the way. That was for the. You know what? I lost the Chimaya fight because the back of the fucking Escalade didn't open up all the way, and I was
Here
so
we go.
frustrated.
Here we go.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. What are you? Who are you, Jake Paul, making excuses why you
Hey,
lost to Fury? It was
hey.
the dust and the
Logan,
air?
bro. I'm Logan. I'm the big brother.
God, Toro.
I'm the big brother.
When
brother.
does Terrence? What day does Terrence fight?
I don't know. Saturday.
Saturday. What day is that? Terrence McKinney going back out because there was a controversy. The 12th, right? Is it the
Yeah.
12th or the 19th? So next Saturday.
Yeah, it's before the kids go back to school, so it has to be the 12th.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
12th. He's fighting. He got on
Damn.
quick. Yeah, quick. And you're going out to Cali next week.
That's a quick.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be in Cali. I actually fly out tomorrow night. Knott's Monday. Trade the car in Tuesday, right? And then shoot out to Vegas. I was thinking Wednesday, but then my ex-wife was talking about she wants to hang out on Wednesday, so I think I'm just gonna go out on Thursday.
That's a smart move. I like that. Bumping around. Can't catch flights.
Yeah.
Catch flights and not feelings. I'm out on that, dude.
And I haven't bought my return home ticket yet, so I was gonna take the kids to Terrence's fight. You know what I mean? So Knott's UFC event. I think Apex would be perfect because then I don't have anybody hounding me at the Apex, and I can actually take my son and enjoy the fights with my son. And then ship them back to fucking Texas, and I think I'm gonna drive the car back.
That's where to go.
Pat probably drive the car back.
Chill.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I got to put some miles on my mom's BMW before I give it to her.
How many miles does a Trailblazer put on the cars per year? Like, how many miles do you think you drive a year?
All right, so like back when I only had one car, it's like I looked up and I had 27,000 miles on my car in 1 year. Yeah, when I bought it. When I bought it, it had no miles.
So no episode next week.
Nah, we can do it.
Vegas?
Either we can do it when I get back. Or we can do it in Vegas.
We go to Vegas.
Look, it's
What?
like either way, we could do an episode.
We're locking it in. We get to get started on this episode number 28, and we have the Schmo in. What's good? What's going on? We have the Schmo in. Welcome, man. Welcome in-house in the studio.
Thanks. Long time in the making. Glad I'm in Dallas. I'm glad I could be here.
What are you in Dallas for?
I guess it'd be the circus show. It'd be Jake Paul, Nate Diaz boxing match.
Who you got?
Who do I
Come on.
got? I mean, who do I want or who do I got? Who do I got? I mean, after watching how Jake does what he does and boxing Anderson Silva, who is a bigger guy naturally, is more in the 185 pounds, because when has Nate ever fought at 185? I think that Jake ends up winning a decision. That's how I see it going down.
Is it going 8 or 12?
It's going 10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Yeah.
I was way off.
So I want Diaz to win. I fucking love it if Diaz won. Picture perfect world, Diaz wins. But if I was down to my last $20, you know what I mean? And I was betting, I'd pick Jake Paul 8th round by cut. No KO.
The cut.
Doctor stoppage.
Doctor stoppage. Cut. Scar tissue. That's my high as fuck prediction.
That's your high. How high are you, honestly? Let's be.
I went to bed at like 3, 4 last night.
What was the trailblaze in the town?
I was getting some head. And I woke up at like 7 something. Took a massive shit. I was smoking while I was shitting. I took a shower. And I was on the phone in the shower, so I couldn't smoke while I was doing that. Too many tasks because I didn't want to wet the phone or the blunt. So then, put the phone down for a couple seconds. You know what I'm saying? Got out, smoked another one. Then I was about to play the game, but then I had to take another shit. I ate cookies last night after I got hit. So good thing
What kind of cookies?
Good thing I ate them after. What kind of cookies? Yeah. My mom had some chocolate chip cookies. So I brought those. I stole those from her house. Brought them home.
It's good, man.
They were fire too. I ain't gonna lie. But then when I got to the bag, my son had ate half the bag. He had just left me the crumbs at the bottom. Then she had this little cake that was at her house too. I slipped that in the bag too. It was like a cinnamon bun, like frosted cake. It was pretty good. So I ate that as well. And then I had some Nutter Butters, you know, the little small ones. I dumped those in the milk like they were cereal. So yeah, I shit like 3 times this morning.
That's good. Real shit from the shitter.
No, I didn't. I was on the phone every time I shit. So I didn't do no
you.
real shit from the shitter. My bad, y'all.
Yeah.
I know people really look forward to those moments.
We do.
You know, you can't even. I mean, the good thing about it is you can feel me, but you can't smell me.
That's good. That is good. I don't want to smell you. So we're doing a little different today. So we got the Schmo.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking to Dave today. We're gonna be talking to you and asking your thoughts on what's going on. And
Okay.
how things are going. I know we started off with the Jake Paul, but just for people that don't know, you were from. It's not for Chicago. It was right outside of Chicago.
It's like 25 miles outside of Chicago.
Okay.
It's a town called Buffalo Grove.
Buffalo Grove, and then you went to University of Arizona.
I did.
Were you there when Gronk was there?
I was.
Really?
Yes.
Did you party with? Was it the Gronk and the Schmo show before there was a Gronk?
You know, it was before the Schmo, but yeah, I've
shit.
definitely I've partied with Gronk.
Really?
before.
How was that? How was
He's
it?
a fucking wild man.
That is awesome.
He's a fucking wild man. Him and his brothers had their own house off campus too, and it was like a staircase. They had their own fucking slip and slide that
Oh,
they'd bring
shit.
all the girls over and have a whole. I didn't party with them at that house. I just know about that.
Yeah.
I've seen pool parties and stuff like that. Nick Foles was there at the time too.
Oh yeah.
But I went there because I remember looking at YouTube videos of just where the hottest girls were, where the best pool parties were, and I
This
just
is
wanted to get the
before, by the
fuck.
way.
This is way before
Yeah, yeah.
Helen.
All allegedly.
I was so sick of Chicago winters and
Yeah.
stuff. I just wanted to get the fuck away, and University of Arizona was
Cool.
it.
Any crazy Gronk stories? You have one personally?
Not
really.
not with me and him personally, no. But I definitely have some crazy fucking stories. But
Yeah.
there's good times.
How did you get
So-
into the sports world? So, and when did the Schmo become? When did the
Schmo.
Schmo?
Schmo become the schmo.
Schmo becomes schmo. I mean, I always wanted to be a professional basketball player, but when I was 16 and realized 5'11", white boy with no hops
Right, yeah.
wasn't going to make it to the next level.
Our
the
skin is our sin when it comes to
the
basketball.
next best thing to do would be talking about sports. So I kind of went on this journey. Went to U of A. I knew they had good sports school, basketball, football. I covered sports there. My buddy, actually, that's when I first started watching MMA, because my buddy I went to high school with, who was always in wrestling, like, he was huge, and we would watch like WEC days. Dominic Cruz was out from Tucson, so that's kind of like the first real fighter I was really aware of, and we just started watching it. It was back on this Spike TV stuff. And then I remember with my sports journey, I wanted to break into sports. So I interned for free back in Chicago after college at Comcast Sportsnet. Picked up 2 degrees in personal training just to save up some money. I had an ex-girlfriend at the time that was living in Los Angeles. I knew that Fox Sports 1 was starting up there. This was back in 2012. I figured, look, the only job offer I got was in Dothan, Alabama, which the traditional time was to be a weekday news reporter, weekend sports anchor. I said, screw it. If I'm ever going to make it in sports broadcasting, I'm going to move to New York or LA.
It's not going to be in Alabama, just for the record out there, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to get in. So I ended up moving to LA at the time. Took job like as a sales assistant at Stars, the movie channel. Was doing football, like editing football at the weekends of the NFL Network, like logging Sunday Night Football and stuff like that. Ended up getting a job at USA Today, consulting sports websites that I had no business getting. And meanwhile, like when I was living in LA with roommates, this was like the height of Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, 2013, 14, 15, 12. And I was just all in. There's this bar behind where I live called Q's. I'd watch every pay-per-view. When I would run the Santa Monica stairs, I ran into Ronda Rousey. I remember giving this big hug. I'm like, fuck, this sport's so wild. I love this sport. Yeah. And I was all in. And then 2015, when I realized, like, I knew everything was going digital, but no one was giving me a chance, David Schmolson, to be a sports reporter. I said, fuck it. You don't want to give me a chance? I create the character. I could do it in character. I could be kind of funny and goofy, and I could do it better than anyone doing it who's trying to be normal. So I built my own set. I convinced my bosses at USA Today to let me do it. I started this back in the beginning of 2016, the end of 2015. And then I remember back in April 2017, I came back from covering the Final Four, and then they said the Schmo or USA Today, and I've been out of corporate America ever since. I was 20-something years old. I was getting a lot of views for them, not building my own brand and building the USA Today brand, but these old school editors and stuff hated that I was doing my own thing and kind of built a life of its own. So I struggled a lot in 2017, 18. Had this opportunity because I needed to make money to work with TJ Dillashaw at Muscle Farm. He beat the shit out of me. And I'm like, well, I got to cover his fight. Found a way to get in, cover the fight. It was UFC 227. This guy, Kevin Holland, made his short notice USA debut against Thiago Santos. So we're forever linked. And I've been covering UFC events ever since then.
Wait, so both of y'all UFC debuts are on the same night, same.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's badass. And you got the call randomly. Yeah. Who would have thought that you running your mouth would have paid off?
It paid off.
Yeah, it paid off.
Works for everybody, right?
Yeah. Dana's talked about that story too. Dana's like that big mouth guy from Contender Series. Call him, see if he take the fight. Yeah. Fucking takes the fight. Never looked back.
And he even said, he goes, I don't think, because nobody wanted it. He's like, let's see if he really backs up what he says. I'm like,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, they were like Thiago Santos. First video I pulled up, this was getting knocked out by David Branch. I'm like, bum, complete bum. David, I'm like, this guy sucks. I get out there and I see him, like, damn, this motherfucker big. I'm like, let me look this fool up one more time. He's like throwing spinning heel kick knockouts. I'm like, why didn't this video pop up at first? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, maybe he's not a bum. I get out there and then he hit me kind of hard, but it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad. Never looked back. That's crazy. Same card. Where was that fight at?
That was in LA. That was Staples Center.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. What year was that, you said?
That was August 2018. Yeah.
Holy shit.
19 was a pretty decent year. Then COVID happened. Shit got real crazy.
I respect that. I cracked the roofing game and everybody did it the same way. And I created a character when we first got in, Ruford Simmons, not as cool as Schmo, but it was supposed to be like Richard Simmons, but Ruford. And I wore this like blue wig and I would get it. That's how I do my videos because nobody wanted to see some dude on a roof like, hey, here's shingles, right? So it was like, I got to create this funny. I got to create a character to try to get people to watch it. So it was like bright blue wig and just out there, hey, Ruford Simmons, and like doing just crazy shit. But it was getting views, right? And then it wasn't about the roofing. It was about the character. So it's cool, man. I respect the shit out of that.
If you're not first, be different, right?
Exactly. So how did that go around? I mean, most of the time, reporters, journalists, they're going to work for a network, right? So you're independent yourself.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's very unique. It's very different. Like I just take the best of the social media world, take what I know from the journalism world, and I make a hybrid and I put it in the middle. And there's no one like that. There's no one like, I understand the credential side of shit and politics behind it to kind of navigate and kind of built a life of its own, and I can't complain. So,
And you're an entrepreneur and you're a hustler. You were telling a story earlier, and I think you can tell it is like the first time you got credentials. How did you get that, and how did you spend that to get it?
oh my God. So, there's an independent station in Victorville, California that they were taking some of my YouTube videos. They didn't have a sports reporter. So I'm like, well, you guys can take whatever you want, but I'm going to be your sports reporter, your sports journalist. I said, no problem. And that's how I first kind of got in.
That's awesome.
And, until the Schmo became its own. Until it became the Schmo Zone.
Yeah, because most people wouldn't do that. They'd be like, "Oh, scared, wouldn't do it." But you
have to know what to do, and you know what there's certain people that kind of control. There are certain teams for every organization that control who comes in, who comes out, and they have to trust you. They have to know you're not just coming in, you're not just fanboying, you're not just not going to do work. You're actually going to provide substance and bring more eyeballs to the sport and actually cover the athletes and stuff like that. So you have to build the trust. And with the character too, it's like I created it to be self-deprecating, to showcase the personalities of the athletes. It's not to be about do it at the expense of the athlete of the Schmo, but it's really to showcase the athlete. And I think that's the whole point of it. That's all.
And do you see a lot of that in your world? I see it all the time with Kevin, right? People just fanboying, and I'm like, man, just the crazy part is if you just were a good person around Kevin, he'll fuck with you, right? But people just
keep it natural.
But so many people don't. Do you see that? Because obviously you're in the sport. Do you see that from the reporter journalist side, where dudes are just out there fanboying on fighters and
all the time? Yeah. All the time. It's interesting too, because even in the media game too, there's people that are now credentialed that come up and there's fanboying over the Schmo. It's like, this is your job. But but if they're doing that for me, I can only imagine what they're doing for Kevin and all the other athletes too. It's an interesting world we live in with social media now, because I think everybody wants to be something. Everybody wants something.
Yeah. And you can fake it. You can be whoever you want. But I fundamentally believe social media doesn't change you. It exposes you. You're eventually going to be exposed to who you really are. You can't fake that. And that leads me to, because you're always even kill. You're always pretty neutral, right? You make it about, ironically, even though you play this character, you make it about the athlete, which I think it's the character's kind of over the top. But I think that actually plays into how you get into the.
I like the character.
Yeah, it's great. Schmo in the pro. I'm like, I love it, man. It's great because it really is. People could look at it and go, well, you're making it about the character, but it's actually not at all. Every interview I've ever seen you do is about the athlete, which is great. But you see a lot of that bullshit of people playing sides, and I see it with somebody all the time, and I personally just don't like the way he does it. But Ariel, what are your thoughts on Ariel? Because obviously he's a big time, right? He's doing credit to him what he's built, right? Like, you can't take away somebody doing it. But I don't like the way he does it. I always feel like it's about him. Second is he's kind of an asshole to the athletes at once, unless he likes them. But he stirs up a lot of drama and then tries to play the victim. Like, you can't go out there and take shots and then get shots back. I don't fuck with him. I think his shit's whack.
I wish my grandpa was here. It's funny, he ran into Pop, so fucking Pop. That's how Pop always felt. I remember my first, what was that, UFC? I forget the number of it, but shit, the debut, fucking, my grandpa was like, you should do an interview with my grandson. And he was like, pretty much like, nah, his time would come. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. So now when Oren's like, you want to do an interview with Ariel? I'm like, is there nobody else? So like all of 2020, when everything was going good, Oren would be like, hey, Ariel wants to do an interview. I'd be like, fucking tell Schmo, I'm going to do it with Schmo before I do one with Ariel. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I
just don't like.
He goes pretty hard on us.
Yeah. And he makes it about him. And it's like, look, at the end of the day, your job, you're living off the athlete. Without the athlete, there is no Ariel, right? You should make it about them. Again, you got to make it about yourself at some point, because you got to be likable, ask questions. But it's like, maybe I'm a Jamal homer too, because we've had Jamal on twice. I love Jamal. I love what Jamal stands for. He did, and rightfully so. But it's like his fucking beef with Dana White. Whether you like Dana White or not, I don't agree with everything Dana White does. I don't. There's not a person, but I respect what he does. Yes. No, but I don't agree with everything he does, but I respect everything he's done. He's a phenomenal business person. He's done an incredible job. He's created a platform for athletes that didn't exist. He grew the UFC to a $12 billion company. He's done some amazing things, right? But at the end of the day, like, Ariel's he feels like I almost feel like he feels like he built UFC. He built these athletes. I just don't fucking like it. And what he said to Jamal was like, you're just being a dick, dude. You're just being, and then now you're acting like a high school. I said it. I was like, he reminds me of the kid that got picked last in PE or didn't get picked, and now he's got this vengeance against athletes, and he wants to create drama and then play the victim, right? Like, oh, look, I can't believe I'm doing this and talking shit. So I want your thoughts. You're a journalist. What do you think of him, if you can talk about that?
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, I'll start off by just saying, like, I love everybody in the sport, but I don't like him. The way you just mentioned about your story about your uncle or your grandpa, about when you're coming up, oh, his time will come. He big time me. But when I tried to introduce myself to him in 2018, gave me a fake email address, and we've just had kind of just never been on the right footing. Called him out to a charity grappling match, raised money, charity, and turned into charity basketball or whatever. But he won't do anything that doesn't help himself first, is kind of what I noticed. With my character, if I interview an athlete and they walk away not liking the interview, then I didn't do my job. I'm self-deprecating, but the expense to showcase the athlete's personalities and make them look good and feel good. And I sprinkle in some good journalism in there, but I also ask some fun questions because I got to keep things entertaining. What I feel like with his style, there's an agenda. Like, there's obviously something he wants to get out of it. He needs to make himself look good, and sometimes that falls at the expense of the athletes. So that's where I feel a disconnect with what he does. I know there's a lot of people that say a lot of great shit about him and a lot of good things because they have good experiences with him. I can only speak for myself. I can understand exactly how Jamal feels and relate to what Jamal feels about how he'll say something good but take these dirty shots at someone, these underlying undertones to it, and then spin it to, oh, you want to talk about it? Come back on my show. Let's hash it out. Kumbaya. I'm Mr. Good Guy. He likes to play both sides.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't play both sides.
And so I don't have anything really good to say about him. I don't want to sit here and trash him. He knows how I feel about him. I wrote something on Twitter where it got like a ton of traction because I kind of exposed something about, I think, who would I interview? I interviewed Strickland or something like that, and Strickland was bashing Ariel, and then Ariel said, oh, the Schmo put him up to it when I had no idea that Strickland would blindside me with that. And then what I do is improv, and I just talk on the spot. I handled it. And then we had this little thing on Twitter, and I said something to him, and he never responded. Good on him.
Yeah.
I just hate when he says 10-7 because don't talk about it, be about it. And he's not about it.
What's 10-7?
You know, like in scoring in MMA, if someone's got a 10-7 round, well, he feels like he verbally 10-7 somebody when he, writes something on Twitter, or if he says something on his show.
I love the keyboard
Helwani 10-7.
Smack the shit out of you.
Shit, I'm like,
shit.
do that to somebody's face.
Yeah.
Do that to the fighter's face. He just 10-7s.
Yeah.
Say that to their face, but he won't.
Been 10-7.
He won't. But yeah, so
Like, fuck.
that's really it. I mean, I have nothing further to say.
I don't think
than
you've
that.
been 10-7 in a fight.
I'm talking
Or
about,
online.
like, I'm like online. I don't run my Twitter, so I'm like, fuck, bro. I hope I never got 10-7 on Twitter.
Yeah, you don't run your Twitter's kind of
It's
weak.
just-
Your Instagram's fire.
I mean, I appreciate that, but bro, my Twitter's still good. Like, don't do me like that.
Hey, my fucking Twitter's weak. I mean, I like Instagram. I just post and ghost.
I like Instagram too.
Yeah, he's Instagram. Who would have thought though that you'd have Kevin
like Snapchat?
Holland or I don't have Snapchat. I'm not allowed. Wife said I couldn't have it.
Yeah. I was trying to set you up there. I'm glad.
I know.
You
I
didn't
don't have an
fucking fall for
OnlyFans
it.
either. Yeah, Band of Brothers, buddy. Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Who would have thought though Kevin Holland or Sean Strickland in an interview would throw a curveball and say some wild shit?
Not me. I'm good. I never say anything crazy.
I still want to see. I want to see you and Sean on a podcast together. Zoom, preferably. I just think that would be amazing. I want to get them.
I think I'd break the TV, bro.
There's like a. You ever seen two pit bulls that kind of want to play with each other, but they're both killers and they don't know how?
Yeah.
And so they see each other and they go, "That's Sean and
That's
Kevin."
Sean and Kevin.
Like they're both about that life. They both know the other one's about that life. There's a mutual respect / like beef, and it's like nobody wants to let the other one off the leash.
Coach Eric says the same thing, but it's like
My favorite was when we did that interview a couple summers ago, and it was the reaction to Sean Strickland at the press conference. And you're talking about how he came up with the wife beater shirt, the pants, the shoes.
Yeah.
You learned from me, son. That's what, I loved when he said that. That was great.
the keys dangling. Yeah.
The keys, everything.
I teach people well. All my children.
That was his first
your
press
children.
conference. Has he had one since?
I think so.
I think he did. Didn't he do one?
The UFC wants to limit him
Yeah.
because they know he's loose.
I mean, well, if he fights Izzy, he's gonna have to.
He's gonna have
That's
to.
that's going to be amazing, though.
Hopefully that happens.
So this Jake Paul Diaz. Jake Paul keeps yelling MMA afterwards. He doesn't want any smoke with Diaz and MMA. Let's just call that what it is. He said PFL. I think Diaz wants to come back to MMA. Like that's what he wants. And I think UFC. He's mentioned it so many times, and I've heard interviews. And if he comes back, who do you think would be a good
but
fight
didn't
for
he
him?
want out so fucking bad?
Grass isn't always greener.
He wanted to taste the freedom, and he's getting his payday. But he comes
Yeah.
back. I think what makes sense is the trilogy with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does make sense as far as like what he did too. I mean, you leave, you go get a payday, you know. He goes out there, say he gets a dub, you know, you're worth way more now than you were before. So that could be pretty fucking good. I mean, hats off to him. Let's see what happens. I mean, but if you lose to Jake Paul, are you worth more or are you worth less?
I don't think anyone, you know, that I think is when so many people are thrown out there, they're rigged and they're this, and I don't think Diaz falls for that, and I don't think they're rigged. I mean whatever, but I don't think he loses anything because I think the Diaz is in that prime where he's like, you saw what he did with Ferguson? He was like, just, you know, dancing around. Is Diaz going to take it that serious? Is Diaz going to like slap a kick upside the head in the middle of a boxing match? Like
that'd be the best thing to do.
I don't know, man. I could just see Diaz doing some crazy shit like that.
That'd be the best thing to do.
Then would they not pay him if he did that? You know, but the question is, did they put something in the contract?
The fans will.
Throws an up. Yeah, the fans.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think if he was to right now drop a post and say GoFundMe. I want to see how much I can make if I head kick Jake Paul. I make more than what I'll make boxing. Might make more than what he'll make boxing. He might pretty much even out. Sponsors, head kicking Jake Paul. I mean, it's like whatever sneaker company doesn't give him a full blown deal after head kicking Jake Paul. Ridiculous.
Man, you go 2 weeks in a row. You got the Gaethje head kick, and then you go to the Nate Diaz head kick over Jake Paul. Holy shit!
It'd be fucking fire.
Wasn't that a big speak of the Conor McGregor Mayweather? Wasn't that like one of the clauses? Didn't that become a thing?
Yeah,
because Conor was like, "I'm going to kick his head off," and they like had a big deal with the fight.
Yeah, they put something in there. You can't do an MMA move or shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
I'm sure they put something in the contract.
But it's Diaz though. Diaz doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like
true.
Diaz doesn't care. I mean, he tried to throw a knee at the press conference or at the weigh-ins yesterday.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
How you were there?
Yeah.
How was badass. What if Diaz comes back at 170 UFC? Who should he fight at 170?
He's gonna fight Conor. If they come back at 205 pounds, he's gonna fight Conor. You know, it's like it only makes sense. You know, it's like the trilogy has to happen. You know, it's like whether it happens there or anywhere, the trilogy has to happen. The trilogy is worth a lot of money. It's like I don't see anybody not doing that. You know?
At 170?
That shit. Yeah, probably. They don't want to cut weight. You know, they did the first one at 170.
Both of them, right?
Second one's at 170. The third one's probably gonna be at 170 too. And then you got the BMF belt. You know what I mean? It's like Conor's now like looking like he's gonna say fuck Chandler and run towards Gaethje. So if they do that fight, you know that's a good fight. Gaethje looks so good these days though when he fights. It's like it's a tall task. So it's
What if he beat Conor? Anybody else at 170? I'm
No.
over here.
Are you trying to
I'm over
bump
here.
these guys?
I'd rather do Nick. Nate's cool, but you know, it's like I don't ever see that happening. Little guy,
But if he's at 170,
still a little guy. You gotta be realistic here. You know, it's like
what are
they're
you
not gonna let me bully people. You know, they're gonna try and give me decent sized guys. It's like Chiesto was an X55er. You know, got in there with him, little guy. You know, so it's like I think they'd be better off giving me the bigger guys. You know, true 70ers, not X55ers.
Who do you want next? We got this one. Who do you want next, and who would you like to see him fight? You want anybody next? 170? You want to move up?
Doesn't matter. If I get to choose, Wonder Boy, of course. You know what I mean? Avenge
that
my
back.
shit. Yeah, avenge my shit. But if it's not Wonder Boy, then shit, whoever. You know, it's like I wanted JDM a couple weeks ago. Somehow they said they couldn't make that happen. I would have smoked JDM and I would have smoked Chiesto the same way I smoked Chiesto, so that would have been perfect.
I think JDM's a great fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone in the top 10 for welterweight.
Well,
for him.
JDM's backwards now.
That's right. He's behind you now.
Yeah, JDM's backwards
13
now.
and you're
But
12.
I'm still down to do backwards. It's like if UFC said Buckley rematch made sense, it's like I'd smoke Buckley again. You know, it's like if they said they wanted me to fight fucking D-Rod right now because we were scheduled several times and it never happened, it's like I'd smoke D-Rod. You know, it's like so if they want me to go backwards, I'd go backwards. If they want me to fight forward, I'll fight forward. I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I got a number next to my name. Fuck that number. You know what I mean? I'm the shit whether I got a number next to my name or not. So yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
think a fight that's going to be down the line or sooner than later is going to be fun for him is, well, if he takes care of business, Garry, if he beats Jeff Neal.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
That's going to be a tough fight. That's going to be a great fight.
But I think, I mean, it's like Ian's, you know, smart kid. He manages well. It's like, he just doesn't have enough dog in him. You know, and he doesn't have enough experience in him. So it's like, Wonder Boy, he didn't have the dog in him, but he had the experience in him. This fucker ain't got shit. You know, it's like, nothing against Ian. Ian seems like a nice kid, so on and so forth. But like I said, he's a nice kid. In his grown man game, he's not ready for a grown man's game yet. So, you know, it's like I see what people say on paper it'd be a good fight. It's like, but then I watch him fight, and I'm like, dude, the dude looks pretty, looks nice. He gets hit with certain shots, and you know, he like low-key takes a knee for a second. It's like I hit him with a certain shot, and he takes a knee for a second. You know, so I don't break my fucking hand. I'm smoking the boy. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, yeah.
So,
if you don't let people up.
Yeah, and it's not like he's one world-class grappler. It's like even if he started grappling from, you know, it's like now until the time we fought, he wouldn't be good enough to out-grapple me. It's like, and I don't think people realize that until they get in there and they're like, oh, fuck, he can actually grapple a little bit. So, yeah.
I'd like to see that and then see Schmo and Ariel boxing match on the undercard.
Yeah. And then fucking
Can we make that happen?
Tesla and Facebook.
Yeah,
or
Facebook and Tesla.
on the main card.
UFC 300.
That would be perfect. Spartan. This is Spartan.
Yeah.
That'd be the. Would you do a boxing match with Ariel?
100%.
Boxing.
100%.
My favorite.
Ariel wouldn't
Anything
do it.
athletic.
Yeah. Anything athletic.
And all money for charity.
Yeah, I think
100%.
I think
wanna
you guys
set
would be
that
better off getting in like a ping pong match where you're just talking shit the whole time. Hey, fuck you, spike it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's
pickleball
probably his
too.
game, dude.
Pickleball
Yeah, I
would be
like
great.
pickleball.
Yeah, I think, but I feel like he's probably goes hard at ping pong. I want to see, like, I think when there's some,
That
when
would
there's
be fair,
animosity,
though.
you got to put gloves on.
Yeah, everybody has that in
Fighting
them.
solves problems.
But that's why the initial pull was just a charity grappling match.
Yeah,
Just grappling.
yeah.
Because everybody
Worst
likes
he
to
can
get
do
hit.
is tap, yeah.
Why didn't he do it?
Because he refuses to give anybody underneath him a little bit of extra boost.
No, man, I'm gonna tell you
that's
guys
how
the
he sees
truth.
it.
He ain't fucking built like that. And I'm sorry, Ariel. I mean, I don't really have any problems with you, bro. I mean, you do what you do. I mean, it is what it is. Every man's got to eat how they eat. So, Mom always said, "Don't be mad at the man for doing his job." So, Ariel, you do your fucking job, dog. But I'm on that camera. They do your job, dog. But yeah, either way, you know, it's like y'all should definitely do something. That'd be fun.
I want to set that up.
Yeah, but I think ping pong would probably be more. Pickleball would probably be more.
Yeah, but that's
Ariel's
like,
speed.
okay.
Yeah, but you can't just bully somebody into
not-
fighting, bro.
It's true. You can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't force him to fight, but I think you can antagonize him enough where you'd want to. I would love to try that, and I
He's
know
gonna
he's in
block you.
attack. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I don't bring him up unless somebody asks me
Yeah.
because I always answer a question honestly.
Yeah.
But I just know.
Yeah.
But for the record, I think you're 10 times better, light years ahead. I think it brings something different, right? I think he does what normal people do. I think what you bring brings some fairness. It just brings something different to the sport that there's not out there.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I built my own platform. I never had the UFC, Fox Sports, ESPN, DAZN, whoever the hell he works with, Vox or whatever. It's like I built this all, and if I had the same resources he did, I think I'd be 10 times bigger. But
Oh, it's not even close.
I love my life. I
Yeah.
can't complain.
That is, yeah.
It's
Well,
good. It's all about
you-
loving your life.
well, in the end, I got another one for you. We were talking about this earlier. I researched it, but in 2019, you were nominated for like international MMA awards and stuff, right? And you didn't win that one, no. But
Oh, there's a MMA award stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
but
worry, I never win either.
but how are you not nominated for any more? That's a pretty big deal. And there's an MMA international award or something like that, and then
like
there's
they're the World MMA Awards, something like that.
yeah, something like that, whatever it is. And then there was the reason is brought up. I saw an interview that you did. I can't remember with who, female fighter. She got one of your awards. So you did your own awards,
Yeah, I got one.
and they had your awards. You got one?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's,
And
I had
she
a hell
got
of a
one.
year in 2020. Only motherfucker gave me an award was the
There you
Schmo.
go.
Fucking
What,
dickheads.
5 fucking wins, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy was amazing.
Every
I
30
got off
days.
my back. You know what I'm saying? I was
Oh,
teabagging
that was-
motherfuckers, bro. Like, come on, bro. During the pandemic, bro, I was spreading germs. I shouldn't say that. My
Yeah,
bad.
I haven't been nominated ever since I created my own Schmo Awards. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
and-
fucked up.
But
Yeah, politics.
but what a UFC fighter actually said, they liked your award more than theirs.
I like my award.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been on the ballots ever since.
Any reason for that, or just?
I just think it's politics. I don't know who's. Yeah, I mean, it's other journalists voting for who can be voted to be on there, and I'm sure there's some journalists that just don't want to see the Schmo on there.
Yeah, it's not
And,
shitty. Free the Schmo, man.
They didn't give
Free
me a
the
little
Schmo.
journalist badge. I'm gonna vote for the Schmo.
Yeah, credentialing.
Fuck
I'm
you
voting
talking
for the Schmo too.
So it's all good.
Yeah.
So we do our own awards. We don't need theirs.
That's awesome. Do
Yeah.
your own. If I
That's
could
good.
vote, I would. I'd totally vote. I got another. This came up for the both of you guys. That what's his name? The Martyn guy. Is it Taylor Martyn or Bradley Martyn?
Bradley Martyn.
Bradley Martyn. So
Who's
he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Big dude. I mean, he's a pretty big dude.
260.
Yeah, and he's got his own show, YouTuber. But he called out Devin Haney first, right?
Yeah.
They said he'd beat the shit out of
In a
Devin
street
Haney
fight.
street fight. And then he had Brendan Schaub on. Shout out to Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub was cool. Like first ever episode it was there, and
Yeah.
you said box him, and he's like, I don't want no part of that. Only part I want is on the show. Credit to Brendan Schaub, but Brendan Schaub was like, you're fucking crazy. And then he's friends with Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, and what he's 125, right? And he was like, I will beat the shit out of him in a fight, in an MMA fight, the bodybuilder. And apparently he's getting set up, but he's catching a bunch of heat. Like, dude, never. I don't know if he has no MMA background or anything, does he?
No.
No.
He's got a big following. Hustler. I know he works hard. I don't know him personally, but I know people in the same scene. Works hard, good work ethic. Does this like zoo culture stuff. Like that's his company. Has his own podcast.
But is he serious when he says he'll beat the shit out of these people?
He thinks so. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he's a strong
And
dude.
nobody ever does anything about it. Like they're sitting like this close.
No, so I think did he have Jake Paul or Logan Paul on? Or one of them? Or Nate
He's had
Diaz that
Nate
got
Diaz
brought up.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Left. Yeah. I think he said it to Devin Haney, right? Was Devin Haney on the show when he said he would beat him in a street fight, or they're just talking? But yeah, no, he's serious. I think they're going to do like a grappling match, though, him versus Demetrius. I think that's what they're setting up. I don't think it's a real street
Holy
fight,
shit.
but it's going to be. But that's what he says. He says he could beat these guys that are $150 or less, or $170 or whatever it is or less in a street fight. That's his shtick. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Listen,
Y'all tripping right there on the podcast.
Listen, I took
Boy,
some knees
boy.
with the pads on from Kevin, and I don't want any
I
part
mean,
of that.
That boy too.
I bet the house in under 25 seconds on Kevin over him, and I bet my house on it. 25
I bet-
seconds
yeah.
Beat the
or
fuck
under
out of
for
him.
him.
Beat the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
he'd be like, I'd be bap.
Hey, bro, he literally said first it started with
In Texas, that's a verbal agreement.
but I think he
That's a
was
verbal
joking.
agreement. We can literally fight. Like, nigga,
No,
you just
but-
said.
It started like with the troll stuff, but I think
Yeah.
it's like a serious thing because
It
he's
took
actually going to
serious.
do the fight with Demetrius or the
fight
grappling
trolls all
match.
the
Yeah,
time.
because he said it
you
started.
do. You do.
He had a beef with one of the Paul brothers. Like, I don't think he doesn't like Jake, but he had Logan on or something, and it started. And I think he was kind of semi-joking with the troll with Devin Haney.
Oh, so what Diaz, what he was saying was, I hope you beat the shit out of everyone. You knock out Jake. And then Logan responded. Logan, I think, has challenged him to spar him in Puerto Rico because I think Logan's going to box like October 14th in the UK on the Misfits thing on the KSI card as a co-main event. But he invited Bradley out there to spar him in Puerto Rico. I don't know if Brad accepted the challenge or not.
Because he went. You could probably pull up some help, but there was if you can phone a friend over there. They had Bradley like went on a rant though too and was like, "I'd beat the shit out of Logan. How about you pull up to the gym with no cameras or something?" Can you check on that if he said that? I think he replied to Logan because Logan said, "Come spar in Puerto
Damn.
Rico," and I think he said. So Bradley said that to Logan, right? Yeah. So Bradley said to Logan, he's like, "Pull up to the gym, no cameras, and we can handle it." So pull up on site.
Bradley who?
The bodybuilder, the one you beat the shit out of,
Oh,
the
yeah.
podcast guy.
That nigga's tripping.
So he's beefing with everybody, but he told Diaz he wanted him to knock out Jake Paul, and him and Logan.
Yeah, Logan being the
responded.
big brother, defending
Yeah.
him, calling him out. Like, fuck, I'd love to see Logan and Bradley go at
So
it.
that would
Street
be,
fight, boxing, whatever. That would be fun to watch. They're two big boys to be fun. Brad weighs a little bit more, but Logan's actually fought.
Yeah.
I don't think Bradley's fought anybody before.
No, he hasn't fought anyone, but they did. Yeah, Brendan Schaub said he texted him, he set it up, and they're doing a grappling or
that's cool.
Wrestling.
That's
respect.
Why does everybody always resort to grappling? Like hit each other in the head, bro. Like what is this, bro? You go from street fighting to let's grapple.
Yeah,
like
I'm out.
Like you know what I mean? That's like saying her texting you and being like, yeah, I'm so down to fuck, and then you get over there and she wants to cuddle. The fuck?
But that's like I think. So Brad's argument is like he picked this guy up if they're in a street fight and use the concrete, slam him on the floor, knock his brains out.
Well, then we just get it right here. It's a street fight. Street fight's anywhere you are.
Yeah.
And he's talking about smacking you on the concrete. I'm taking this whole pole. Wow. I just don't get it.
That's true. Then he shows up. Then there's a street fight. You can show up. DJ shows up with nunchucks. Is that allowed?
Like if he was sitting where you were sitting and he said that shit, I would knock Batman over off on his ass.
Come on, dude. What did Batman do? Leave free Batman.
We about to jump that nigga.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying leave Batman out of it. I'll jump in just to keep Batman cool. Yeah, you know like, hey, dude, come on.
He a big dude. He a big dude. We just some big dudes up here.
Hey, dude, he is a big dude. He's got a huge platform. He's doing it, but I'm like, yo, bro, Mighty Mouse will beat the brakes off you straight up. Yeah, I don't know if Logan Paul. I think that would be a good fight. Which, by the way, we made a joke about Prime at one time, and it actually is our most viewed video. And now my kid loves.
Hey, they
Prime.
always send me shit.
Really? My kid is literally Connor has his own little YouTube channel. My 6-year-old. He started like 2 weeks ago. He's got like 100 subscribers. But the funniest thing is every video is Prime. Prime. I love Prime. I love Prime. I'm like, bro, fuck Prime. And he's like, we were making fun of him. You're not even making us look good as a unit. I'm like, how do you love Prime? He's like, Kevin Holland's my favorite fighter, and Prime. I'm like, bro, those don't go together.
I know. But I tell you what, though, they give me one of those chains, and they give me 50K. Now listen. Let me say that one more time. They give me one of those chains and they give me 50K.
But what if they gave you 50K or the chain? Which one would you take?
They're gonna now you playing. They're gonna have to give me 50K and 2 chains because you know what I'm saying. Patrick need 1 too.
Well, what about me?
Look,
3 chains.
But you were just talking about if they only give you 50K or a chain.
I said or. I was asking a question.
No, that's not even. This is no debate. Now I want 3 chains.
Okay, thank you.
And I want 150K.
Okay, perfect. You can keep that.
But I'll settle for the chain and 50K.
Yeah.
And a box of cereal.
That's some Prime. What's your?
I need some more milk at the house. Does any of you guys ever just get tired of going grocery shopping?
And delivery, grocery delivery. You guys not grocery delivery?
I actually.
This nigga rich.
Low key, I don't have Grubhub, any of that shit on my phone. Because I was like, if I'm going to eat, I got to fucking cook it or I got to buy it. I got to go out.
That buying sense. It. They deliver it.
Yeah, I hit my ex-wife up because I don't know how to use none of that shit. And she always gave me food. Yeah.
You guys don't grocery deliver. Are you fucking serious right now? Am I
rich?
No, it's not rich. It's like the same price. They literally deliver it to your home. So
nothing is ever the same price if the shit's
delivered. What happens if they fuck with your food though? Like, what happens if they just fuck something up? Or they
you get your Thanksgiving turkey, he opens it up and boom, boom, boom.
I mean, hey, dude. As long as it tastes good, I'll boom, boom all you want.
Your girl's cleaning the turkey and shit's just falling out of there.
Remember the movie Road Trip with Tom Green? With the guy with the French toast?
The Famunda cheese?
See?
Yeah, but I'm not getting French toast from Famunda cheese. I'm saying grocery shopping. So look at this.
Like what about if you got that Cinnabon that I had last night and it got delivered? From the time that it got from there to there, you never know what he put on top of that Cinnabon.
I mean, hey, dude, fucking true.
But as long as it tastes good, and I didn't know, it's like, right? Hey, listen, first of all.
What you know don't hurt you, huh?
Exactly. It's like, how would you know? This is all I'm saying.
I'm going to bring you some food.
I'm not taking it from Kevin. There's 2 things. I don't take checks from Kevin Holland, and I don't take food.
My checks are always good. Just let me know when you about to cash it.
No, this is the thing. You guys, I'm going to turn you on to this. So you want to, instead of going to the grocery store, waste 2 hours of your life being fucking terrible and being crowded, you go on there and you get delivery and you pick the food you want. I agree
That's
with...
not good, bro. Think about all the people that I meet at the grocery store.
But you don't like them. They want to touch your lower back and take photos. This way, you're sitting there. Hear me out. You're playing video games,
bro.
Dude, listen, that fucking low back.
It's so weird.
Especially in Texas because it's so hot and humid and you're sweaty and you feel somebody's fucking hand
on your. But what's the? I don't understand the.
I'm winching elbows now. Fuck.
You might as well just grab someone's balls if you're gonna do lower back.
Dude, someone grease checked you a few months back, right?
Yeah, he tried to get me, my boy. Nah, so the thing about it was he had his hand on my lower back and him and his buddies were playing and then somebody said something about some oil checks. So I got mad.
And he went.
That's so fucked.
Bro, you guys need to stop the camera for a second.
That's mean.
You gotta watch this guy, bro.
Why?
We should have sat a little further apart. He's trying to bully me today.
I don't bully you. Anyways, listen, I'm turning you on this. Imagine you could play video games, right?
Yeah.
You got to edit videos.
Yeah.
So instead of going to the grocery store, 2 hours takes time.
Yeah.
You go online, wherever you shop, whether it be HEB, Kroger, okay? You can do delivery, get everything you want, right? And they ship it right to your house. They'll let you know when they're there. Ding, 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 they're in. You go grab it, and you don't have to leave. So at 2 hours, you're playing video games.
Okay,
You're eating
but if he
cookies.
brings the food while I'm in the middle of a game, and then you got the milk sitting outside, the eggs sitting outside, just all that dairy
You
shit.
pause
just
the game and
sitting
go.
out there.
So what about this?
You can't pause the game when you live?
But you're not going to be able to play it if you're at the grocery store.
Yeah, but I'd rather just know that I'm not on the game for a little while than to be on the game and then somebody come interrupt me at the door. Like,
You can set up
you ever
what
get
time.
the sales guy be like, ding dong, in the middle of you playing the game?
No.
So you don't know my pain.
I don't.
Does anybody know my pain?
I'm not trying to justify the pain. All I'm saying, I'm trying to save you guys time. Just try it one time.
Y'all need to like become kids again. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all don't play video games?
I used to play video games all the fucking time.
So nobody's ever rung the door while you're in the middle of the game and you can't pause it?
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
happened.
cuss them motherfuckers out every time.
Well, yeah, but so you don't have to do that. They could leave it there and you'll get it. But no, look, the cold stuff, they put in a cold thing. So like if you have like ice cream, they have a little cooler thing. I'm telling you, save so much time and you're good to go. You get to do everything you want.
You get to
and
keep the cooler?
And you get to schedule time. This is one of those little cheap, like insulated bags, but it keeps it cold. We've had it outside for like an hour and it's fine. I'm turning it on to it. And then like, look, same thing. Let's say it's Saturday night, you want to eat, right? You want to get some nice food, maybe get some Perry's, a nice steakhouse. You can't get in there, it's an hour and a half wait. You just get it delivered, it's there in 30 minutes, and it's nice. They seal the bag so somebody can't go in there and mess with it.
Yeah.
See, the problem is my high ass, if I had that on my phone, I'd be using it every fucking time I get high, which is every day. And then I become a fat ass.
Yeah.
So I'm just protecting myself.
And you be
That's
wasting so
solid.
much money on fast food.
So much time, so much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the grocery you can do from the grocery store, which is a little different.
Yeah, he's stuck on the grocery.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta.
all I'm saying, I'm just trying to help you guys out. That was it. Just trying to help the bros. Thought we're all bromos. So I was trying to help out here. I have one for both of you guys.
Yeah.
What about Jorge Masvidal? I know you've interviewed a few times. He's calling out Ben Askren. You have beef with Baby Girl a little bit. What are your thoughts on Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren?
Well, he's calling out Masvidal, or he's calling out Ben Askren, but in boxing.
Yeah, they shouldn't do
Oh,
That shouldn't.
God.
That's not what he does. That's equivalent to Ben Askren calling him out in a wrestling match. No. If they're gonna do the rematch, it's got to be MMA.
I agree.
It's got to be MMA. It's got to be exactly what they started it.
Yeah,
That's
I
the only
agree.
way it happens. It's mixed martial arts.
100%.
Why? And yeah, why you wanted that fight, right?
As far as I'm concerned, the boy's retired.
But if he's calling people out, I mean, why would you call it Ben Askren? I don't know. It's weird to me.
Probably thinks, make some money. Probably wants to do it for his organization. Easy fight, easy win. These guys love easy wins. It's like, and I'm not mad at them. It's like, I'll take the easiest guy in the division right now too. Yeah, I feel him. But boxing,
That's terrible.
Ben boxing doesn't mix
Best
at all.
But speaking of boxing, what are your thoughts on Francis and Fury in boxing? What are your thoughts and how do you think this is going to go? And I know it's maybe a gimmick fight. I like those a little bit to that caliber. To me, this isn't like, those are two bangers. That's not a gimmick fight. But what are your thoughts on that? And who do you got as a fan?
Who do I want to win? Oh, Francis. It's good for MMA. It's really good for MMA. But now you got Tyson. Tyson's a boxer. Look at my phone's going off. Wow, look at my wife. Here's your phone, bro.
Talk to her, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, I think yeah, fuck it. Let's just go for Francis. Fuck it.
Yeah,
I went for
Francis.
Conor when he fought Floyd, so I'm gonna go for Francis. I'm sticking on it.
I love that he's training with Mike Tyson. I fucking love
awesome.
that. And I love
Yeah.
that he's getting paid. Absolutely love it. I love that he stuck to his guns and he's doing his own thing. But the way I look at it, it's like, what chances would you give Tyson Fury in MMA against Francis Ngannou?
0.
That's the way you got to look at Francis Ngannou's chances against Tyson Fury in boxing, unfortunately. But I love the fact he's getting paid. It's heavyweight, so you got to give him a puncher's chance, of course. But the likelihood, you think Tyson Fury is going to put himself in position to take one of those bombs from him?
No, but I got my head kicked.
Me too.
Could you imagine?
You could take one of those fucking like leg
Oh
kicks.
my
If you
God.
can, if they could just allow maybe like 5 kicks in a round,
Holy
or
shit.
3.
No.
Ooh.
3 leg
Oh.
kicks around.
Could you imagine? Oh my God, that'd be wild. But by the way, I forgot before you got here. Kind of signed us up for something. Southern Cal. You would like Southern Cal. No,
This nigga signed me up.
actually, I didn't really technically sign you up for, but it's something that I
Yeah, in
signed
the
up
works,
for,
in
but
the works, in the
in the
works.
What we
works.
doing?
That's something cool. Can we give him a shout out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it- there's a fight league out there.
Yeah, up next fighting. They do amateur and pro. Southern California, they're independent. Got guys that hopefully be in the UFC in the next couple of years, but they do shows like the Commerce Casino, the Marriott Ballroom in Burbank. But Dustin wants to get involved, wants Trailblazer to get involved. I do stuff with them. We all want to be involved.
Southern Cal, you're home. I was thinking about you, but you don't have to come. But Results Roofing is going to sponsor it. I want to get people coming up.
Okay.
Cool league with the Schmo. We're going to go out there. We get some behind the scenes. But I was like, you know what? That's where you're from too. So if you want to go, open invite, obviously. But
Like how you set that up there.
you like that? But it's
Yeah.
Southern Cal. It's in LA.
When you trying to go?
September 2nd. September
That's the next
2nd.
one.
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Ain't got shit.
Check with Warren right quick.
Don't those Palm Pilots, didn't they used to have like those sticks too? where
Yeah.
you
My
just
bad. My
fucking-
bad. Yeah, I think I can make that happen.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to go out there and do the stuff. It's in the works. It's not for sure, but
Is that a
once
Friday?
it's sponsored, it's a Saturday, so we probably go out there Friday.
Ooh, Saturday, huh? Let me move some things.
What you got?
Yeah, I can make that
You
work.
can make that?
Yeah, I can. Let me put that away.
Yeah. So something, hey, get some
Be
up
good.
and coming guys, do some stuff.
Yeah, I know some girls out there too.
Yeah, do you? You want to shout any of them out?
That's snitching.
I get it, take Sandra to the beach. After my wife watches, I'm gonna have to take her. So that's perfect. So what do you like to do?
He's fucked.
You go from the wife to the Schmo. I love it.
Yeah. Pass it up.
Good transition?
Yeah,
there.
you like
I
that?
see
What
it.
do you like to do with your free time, man? Like, look, I think it's cool. What are some things? I know we're joking around. We're talking a lot of sports because that's the world you're in. But you didn't just get started in MMA, which a lot of people do. You got started. You were telling earlier. Who was your first guest ever on?
First time I did the Schmo, I met Rick Neuheisel, who's the coach of the UCLA football team, in a Southwest airplane flight.
Yep.
I went up to him. I went to his house in Manhattan Beach. It was before I had the yellow glasses, but I had like thick glasses, Schmo glasses,
Yeah.
like see-throughs. And he played the guitar. I did the Schmo and the Pro on his couch in Manhattan Beach. This is 2015,
That's awesome.
16. And then Jerry Harrison Jr., baseball player, Dodgers broadcaster, was the first one. And then I had Terrell Owens. And when I had T.O. on the show, that opened the floodgates. That's when I got all the football players. And the first MMA fighter was TJ Dillashaw, and it just kind of opened up from there.
What are you in, like? What are you into when you're not doing? What do you like to do outside of all this? Whether the editing videos, what do you like to do?
I have to. Helen knows this because she's training right now for the Olympic trials for swimming. I have to sweat every day, whether it's hiking, workout, hit a bag, whatever. I just have to sweat every day. I like to be active. Like to catch sun. We're always working, so if I'm not, we're very competitive with everything. If it's mini golf, pickleball, anything, we just always competitive against each other. I like to build shit. I like just to like home projects, build random shit.
You're a DIY guy, huh? You do it yourself.
Yeah, for the most. I mean, my dad's really handy at maybe half of his handy skills. My dad would like build computers from scratch and shit like that and fix things for people on the side. So I just like to build random shit and do projects and travel. Love to travel. We're gonna go on our first vacation from here next week, and like since our 30th in like 2 years, we're gonna go on a cruise to the Bahamas for a few nights. Yeah, next week.
Congrats.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Before her birthday, we'll take a little time off, so we'll do that.
It's your birthday? Next week. Happy early birthday.
16th, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I like to do that, like to get high. And I just like to fuck around. All you can eat.
What's your favorite? What's y'all's favorite kind of food? What do y'all love?
I fucking love Korean food.
Really?
Some like good Korean barbecue and Japanese food too.
Mhm.
Asian food's fucking great.
Yeah.
Thai food's great as well. So Vietnamese, Thai food, Korean food, Japanese food, Mediterranean food, Italian. Like, and I'm a huge like history geek, like geek out on like weird shit, like mobsters we were talking about before too.
Fucking love. I want to interview Mob Boss so bad on here.
And like where I grew up in Buffalo Grove, it was like 25 minutes away from John Wayne Gacy's house, you know, where he put all the kids in the crawl space. Like weird shit.
Yeah.
And then the other town near me in Buffalo Grove's Long Grove, Al Capone had like a getaway hideaway that was out in the forest and the woods and stuff like too. And there's like this winding road called Cuba Road where I grew up. So many accidents, people die there. There's no lighting and shit, deer and everything, and speed limits are low, but people cruise there. But it's got like a haunted like feel to it.
Yeah.
That's where all that shit is. I'm into shit like that.
I love that. I'm in the weird shit like that. Yeah, like weird shit. Like we have that. Was that goat bridge here? We try to go out there and do that where it's like haunted. I love weird shit like that.
Dude, even just I get weird vibes like in Dallas too, because the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
Like the first few times I've been out here, the first time I was ever in Dallas was back when I was working in corporate America, like right before the Schmo, like 2014 and shit. I remember it was like a rainy day and I stood on the grassy knoll and just like sat there and like thought about bullet trajectories and did a different X spots. Like, you know, he was up in this area. Now they could have had shooters camping out. I was just for like 2 hours in the rain. I was just geeking out.
Yeah, because we went to the Mob Museum in Vegas, downtown Dallas. JFK was shot. Right there by the bridge.
Yeah.
You shot in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
You shot in LA?
No, Dallas. Learn something new every day. They did not make the song "To Live and Die in LA" about JFK. It's a fun fact. It was here. Who
they make the song about?
I don't know, but it wasn't about him.
It's probably a real gangster motherfucker.
The Mob Museum, that was so I've been to Vegas a million times and never went, and I finally went. It's fucking crazy. I do want to do that Ghost Adventures Museum. They're supposed to have some real crazy haunted stuff in there. But the Mob Museum is wild. The dude, they have the Valentine's Day Massacre. They actually have the bricks in there from the dudes when they shot them. They lured those guys in there and they shot them up. They lured them to a warehouse.
That was in Chicago, the Valentine's Day Massacre, right?
They brought it in there. Kevin has no idea.
Hey, man, I seen The Godfather.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
Al Capone was trying to win the war against another mob boss in Chicago. So they lured these guys in to do a deal, and they jumped out as police officers. And so they thought they were cops, so they like went to surrender. They lined up against the wall and they shot these guys hundreds of times with Tommy guns. But then they were going to demolish the building, and the guy opened a nightclub there and took the wall. So and now the wall, all the bricks are in the Mob Museum. So you can see like the bullet hole still. It's fucking crazy. And that was how like Al Capone took over Chicago, was he just killed off almost their entire crew. Wow. They had like Bugsy Siegel's glasses there when he was shot, like killed. It's crazy like history shit in there. I'm like, man, that's badass.
They took this shit on the evidence locker.
Yeah. That's against the law. What else? What's your go-to? What's your go-to one meal? One meal, what's your go-to? The actual food. We got one thing.
What would you say, Helen? Korean barbecue? Probably.
From where?
It's a place called 888 in Vegas that we go to. It's so fucking good. The Japanese barbecue one though, because it's all you can eat sushi, all you can eat like the meats and stuff like that, and I just love the sides.
I can never find places.
You put me like that on the spot. I love sushi too. I could do sushi. Can't go wrong with a fucking great steak. Yeah. Love steak. Fuck, man.
Yeah. Bro,
I'm a big eater. I eat all that shit.
That's why I'm fat. I eat all the time. It's terrible. Can't stop it. What's before we wrap this up?
You're making me hungry.
I know, making me hungry. What's you've built something incredible, right? To you, right? Like,
thank you.
I don't even know if it's actually has it been done before, really? I mean, like in the not independent. Like what you've done is incredible, man. Like,
thank you. Not in the media space. There hasn't been like an independent media person like doing what we're doing.
Yeah, because you're straight independent. I mean, you're doing it yourself, and that's not fucking easy to do, right? Being an entrepreneur is hard, anyways. You've built not just the personality, but you built a company, you built your own. And I was gonna say, I don't think that's been done before in the sports world. Everybody works for somebody, but what's the end game, man? What's the end game for you? You've been doing this, like, what's the and maybe not the end, but what's the ultimate goal? What's the dream, man? What are you trying to accomplish from all this, and what maybe is the end game for you?
So I come from Chicago, and a lot of my influences are from the comedy side of it. The Chicago Second City Legends, the John Belushi's, the Chris Farley's, the Mike Myers. And then I'm a diehard sports fan. So my hero growing up was always Michael Jordan, 90s Bulls, everything. And I want to be the #1 sports personality in the world. That's always been my goal. I want to have my own late night show of sports or morning show of sports. I just want to wake up every day. What I'm doing now, talk sports and entertain. But I want to take this thing to a whole nother level. Like I know I'm already inspiring people, but I want to take it to a different level. Like I want to build a company where I can really give back to other people and take what I'm doing and scale it. I'd love to do live events. I'd love to be on the biggest scale, on the biggest stages, being live on the spot where I don't have to edit the content myself and I could just be live, entertain, and talk to people in some of the biggest moments in sports history. And really find ways to give back. And I would love to do my own charity, Schmo Classic, like whether it's softball, 16-inch softballs, of just athletes competing and giving back. For Helen, it's really important for children that don't have resources and that want to be in athletics and pursue their dreams, to give back to people like that. So I think scale what I'm doing to a different level is where I want to take this thing. But just be grateful and fortunate for where I'm at in every moment.
I love that, man. That's amazing. That's the same. That's literally why I do what I do, is to be able to give back, and I'm grateful for what I have. I started with nothing and have anything. I was sleeping on a park bench when I was 14. I feel like I'm living on borrowed time, right? Grateful for this opportunity. That's why I like to give back, right? Just do it all for, I guess, the legacy, but give back. So that's super powerful. Hey, man, if I can help in any way, I'm freaking 100% open. So you let me know. We could talk about that. We're definitely helping. We don't have a platform like that yet from the media standpoint, but we have a platform from the business world. We have like 7+ companies. We got a lot of stuff that we can do. A lot of, I would say, corporate structure background, like that's our wheelhouse. That's what we like to do, right? So if you ever need help with anything like that, we're all in to help. I know I am. I know Kevin, that stuff close to him too.
Yeah, I like charity shit.
We love to do stuff like that, man. It's big on us. And then the last thing before we go, I know we didn't even start. It's episode 28, right? Can Kevin can you be a team captain next year for basketball?
No.
You don't want to be a team captain? Are you so upset by it?
No, I just don't. DC needs to play, and him and fucking crybaby ass need to be on the same team. Can't even think of his fucking name right now. He cried so fucking much. Pissed me off. I don't even want to think about it. You're all fucking mad today and shit.
Okay, don't get mad. I thought this game was great, by the way.
It's okay. It's fucking crybaby. See, you're gonna get me mad.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
You did good, Schmo.
It was cool.
I was freaking out. I was freaking out after a certain point of the game.
You did
yeah.
Good. You did good. Jamal, don't ball so hard next time.
I wish we could have scaled that thing. But, we can do it bigger and better.
Yeah. I think next year, we should do pickleball tournament.
Pickleball. That'd be fun.
Pickleball, that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah. Pickleball or softball?
Yeah, we do pickleball in the daytime. Right? And then at nighttime, we do a secondary event. And then it's a smoke out.
Yeah.
Competition?
Yeah, smoke competition.
That'd be great.
I'm down in Vegas.
Yeah, in like 3 tiers. It's like you do blunts, joints, and then you move over to that's the roll.
Like a rolling contest?
Yeah, like you got to roll it up and smoke it. You know what I mean? And then you have to go over to the pipes. You know what I mean? And then you got to hit the waxes. You know what I mean? And I think as soon as you walk in to start the competition, you have to at least eat 50 milligrams of an edible.
God.
Like it's just so we can see
die, bro.
Like we just
going on.
But they say fuck it. If they die, they die.
Okay.
All right.
If he dies, he dies.
You know what I mean? But that means you ain't no real smoker and you shouldn't have been in the competition. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like niggas want trophies and shit. I'm not losing this one. It's for damn sure. What you talking about?
Passion.
One of the coolest things I ever fucking did in college. I was the treasurer of the fraternity. On 420, I bought a house ounce. Everybody in the chapter room I had everyone bring their glassware. Like everyone had their fucking bongs, their pipes, everything, and everyone just smoked out all day. And there's a house mom, Millie, rest in peace if she's not alive anymore. But the vents went in there, and everyone was fucking trash. You could see a fucking smoke bomb coming from everything. She was high as shit, and it was like a legendary thing.
Yeah.
Like a house ounce on 4. Everyone got so
the
fucking
house
high.
ounce.
We gotta do that.
House ounce party.
That's what I want to do. Like we need to like take the van, right?
Yeah.
And then we need to like seal off like the driver spot for the back spot. And like when we're in Vegas, bro, we need to start doing podcasts where we just like rolling, smoking, and talking. And then like we gotta have a location where we're picking up the next guy. And then like as soon as you open up the van, it ain't nothing but smoke flying out that motherfucker. And he get out and the next guest get in, and we just keep rolling and keep smoking.
Well, we took the van last time. Let's go again.
Yeah, but we gotta get high in that motherfucker.
Well, let's go again last time. Shout out to Pat. He did in San Antonio. That thing was, bro. We got out and the guy goes, "Whoa!" And then he goes, "Remember the one announcer goes, or the one bouncer goes, Kevin Holland must be in there." And then Pat's like, "Not yet." It was like when we were at San Antonio because that dude was we had the van there and some guy outside the arena was taking a photo with you. He was like, and I. Boom! Hit the window, bro. Homeboy jumped, and then Pat opens the door, bro. Just smoke everywhere. When he got out. It was wild. Well, look, that's all we got today. I know you're going to the fights tonight. We appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I'm here.
Absolutely.
Dallas, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. That's all we got. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you go check out the Schmo if you don't know, which you should. So if you don't, you're a loser. You're a nerd. In the Schmo over Ariel all day. And go follow him. Check him out. Let's go.
Loud ties.